To stay with us on the program this morning as we go on to our second half of conversations. We look at the Labour Party with reports of infighting. Joining us on the program virtually is the National Publicity Secretary of Labour Party, Dr. Abayomi Arabambi. Good morning to you, Doctor. Can you hear me? Well, Dr. Abayomi, it's another time to discuss the Labour Party, and quite recently we've been having the conversation on the Supreme Court ruling and the position of certain Labour Party members as to what it calls as internal affairs and shouldn't be subject to a court ruling in terms of the expiration of Julius Abure's tenure. I'd like to start with that before we look at the letter of suspension that he has issued as well. Let's get your thoughts on that. Is Julius Abure still chairman of Labour Party, or what's your position in that regard?
Well, thank you very much. The Supreme Court did not affirm most of the names, who call themselves a caretaker committee. They went to court to formulate 3 issues. One, whether it is justiciable for court to determine who is the leader of the party. Now, they were the one that brought the issue of leadership. It was an issue between the party and NINEC when NINEC failed to give, code to upload agents in respect of Ondo governorship election. So as far as we are concerned, the judgment of the Supreme Court is very clear that issue of leadership, it also happened in PDP, where you have Ode versus Anyanwu. You remember Anyanwu even lost at the Supreme Court, the lost at the Court of Appeal and the Federal Court. But what does the Supreme Court say? The Supreme Court says no. Issue of leadership is not justiciable. No court should entertain issue of leadership. Go back to your neck, which is the second highest organ, and that was why PDP is calling for their neck. But you see, but in the case of Labour Party, they have their ulterior motive, which I will tell Nigerians in the course, of this interview. So there is no crisis as far as we are concerned, Labour Party.
Sorry, Dr. Arabambi, if I get you correctly, you say they have the ulterior motive. In reference to they, who are you speaking about?
Now, I am talking about, number one, Mr. Peter Obi. I am talking about Otti and the other people that came on board. Let me tell you, for the first time, that what we have was as a result of the fallout of 2023 election. You see, there have been a lot of time we try to rein them in to let them understand that the error they make, the party will not pay for it. And what are the errors they make? You see, in the period of that election, it was Mr. Peter Obi that brought in activists, Itwai Badodo, activists, Aisha Yusufu. They were the ones that should pretend over the affairs of the party. Then, and what the error they made was that Peter Obi took them away from the party, put them in the secretariat, and in order for us to upload 189,000 polling unit agents, they failed to upload 54,000 because they don't know anything about it. They shut the party out, but the chairman was not looking at them that, okay, well, maybe that is the way Peter Obi wants to do his things. So what happened was that we failed woefully in 54,000 polling units. We did not have agents. And that contributed to why we failed. Now, the issue is that we accuse Peter Obi of being the one that rigged out Labour Party in the 2023 election. It was one that rigged us out. Because you don't go and put people who has no idea on how to run a political party, you now come and superintend them over the party. And they should also remember, in 2019, we survived the registration out of 92 political parties. We survived that at the registration because we won some assembly, we won some assembly without knowing who is Obi or who is Governor Lesotho or who is Benadi. We won. So I think when they came, they now thought, oh, these people, they are puppets, people they can write on. So that was why we lost that election. But let me tell you what they did. They now put the blame on the judiciary, they put the blame on NINEC, they put the blame on the APC that the ruling party rigged them. I am telling Nigeria, go and Google it. Go and say, I have the CTC of all that transpired in the Court of Appeal, that's the Court of Assistance for the president election. I have the CTC of what transpired in the Supreme Court. We failed to do the needful. Do you know, let me also shock you. Do Peter Obi hired, none of them, they knew that you must file your petition within 21 days and that certain documents must accompany your petition, which is from ECO8, that is the resource sheet, and also your witness written statement of oath. None accompanying our petition. They just went to the court just to cover up the malfeasance, the executive rascality, and the financial mess, they put our party in. So they now want to rein in that on the party. They gang up, to cover that, and they now say, oh, the party is not performing. I am telling Nigerians today that Peter Obi and Governor Ireti, they ripped Labour Party out of 2023 election because they needed money to do something which is better to them. But I'm telling you, the party was not in charge of the finances. We are not in charge of operation of agents. He was the one that brought in Ajay Yusufu and Pastor Idua Igodalo, who went ahead to support his brother as well in Edo government election, and even failed to support the Labour Party and government candidate.
But Dr. Arabambi, Mr. Peter Obi did publish the records following the 2023 presidential election.
There was no record.
Are you saying that those records that were made available on social media?
Let me tell you, when you are bringing in accounts, audited accounts, we are not fools for God's sake. When you are bringing audited accounts, he only said, oh, they gave me 100 million, I gave 700 million to the party. I mean to lawyer. In and out, garbage in, garbage out. Are we idiots? Now somebody will say, oh, and they gave me 800 million, I mean 800 million, I gave 700 to lawyers. Is that a statement of account? No, that's not a statement of account. Income and expenditure. Peter Obi can never tell Nigerians those 4 accounts in Zenith, in Fidelity, in Global Bank, they cannot tell Nigerians how to spend that money. Because if they do that, it will be under the radar of the FCC. He cannot. That was why he is keeping that to his chest, and he now wanted to cover it up against the party leadership. How on earth will a candidate go to an election without having agents in 54,000 polling units? That means we have considered defeat in those 44,000 polling units. Why must you now be talking about the Supreme Court? Why must you now be agitating that, oh, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, they are unfair? They were what they painted to Nigerians so that attention will be diverted from the stealing and the diversion they did to our party money. And let me also tell Nigerians, Peter Obi never contributed a cover to the Labour Party. I am saying it, if he does, he should bring out the receipt. Our National Publicity Secretary, to date, we paid for it. All this Secretary, we paid for it. There is no single Okada even donated by Peter Obi to Labour Party. All what he did was that money that come in and money that goes out was just between him and the thieves that come, because he knew what he wanted to do. So he only came to amass that money, thinking that he's going to hijack the party for 2027, but he has missed it because all of them will be expelled in our next convention. We do not want such characters in our party. All of them will be expelled in the next election.
Now, Dr. Arabambi, we've spoken extensively about some of the allegations you're leveling against Peter Obi. Let's talk about the governor, Dr. Alex Otti. What are these anti-party allegations that the disciplinary committee has set up by the Julius Abure faction are leveling against him?
Thank you very much. We did local government election in Abia State. A man who had transferred 4 political parties, he said it by himself on arrival with Rudy Fire. He said the party made him. You see, they do not come around to say, oh, we made the party. Individuals don't make party. It is the party that will make it, because we don't have room for independent candidacy. Are you not shocked that he now went and do a collabo with Zenith Labour Party? And this was where they also imported one senatorial candidate of Zenith Labour Party to come and become our DG during our campaign. That one abandoned his political party, that action Sitoko. He came into Labour Party to come and mess everything up. He now completely sorting himself in anti-party activities and gave Zenith Labour Party 17 local government chairmen and councillors. So we do not need any further proof. Such a man is not fit to be in Labour Party. All of them will be expelled. Let him go back to APC. For how many years has APC rejected Governor Lesotho? For how many years PDP rejected him? For many years, Abga, even his own party rejected him. It was because of some of these things that they saw that we didn't see that time. But now we are wiser that these are not people that have the law of the party or Nigeria in their hand. In Abia State today, Governor Nelson is parading his brother as state chairman. He said he doesn't want Speaker Igara, and the state chairman they are producing as a candidate, they are producing as a governor. He now went and put his brother Otti. You see people complaining about federal government. They are far worse than that. How can you, is our partner a family affairs or voting family that you as a governor, you now went and put your brother. So today you will say there's nothing coming up. Oh, there's spent 2 billion to build Labour Party. Build one, which Labour Party did build. It is not the money between their family circle. Now he wanted one of his cousins again to be a national officer. This was just the problem he has with the party. Go.
Now, whilst we're having some technical difficulties and ensuring that we have a smooth connection with Dr. Arabambi, what's that technical?
He's struggling with the soul of the party simply because for his own personal ambition. So, finally, for what is causing the crisis, these people, they are looking for a platform to overthrow democracy. That year, I said it, that the current administration is illegitimate, despite the fact that the Supreme Court has affirmed the current president as the legitimate president. You will see Asa Yesufu going on there to say, oh, we do not have a president. These are they are it. All what they wanted was to use the political party platform to cause it an insurrection and overthrow democracy. They want to make sure they aborted the current democracy that we're enjoying because they know they are not going to have a platform to do that in Nigeria. So
Doctor,
all of them are now gathering themselves together. Let us take away the Labour Party from them so that we can now use it, to the international community that maybe they are trying to do something to the opposition. That's what they want to use the Labour Party to do. They want to overthrow Tinubu, and now we are not going to accept it. They should go back to Abga.
Doctor, hold on. Let me get your position clearly. You say that you would not allow them use the party as a vehicle for opposition to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's re-election.
No, not opposition, for political insurrection. Are you getting me?
Now,
political insurrection, where they will abort democracy. It is not today you have Peter Obi saying they want to abort democracy. Even the last meeting in the Yam Festival in Transcorp, you saw that saying the current administration is illegitimate. They have not been able to tell us why the administration is illegitimate. That should be our focus. Our focus should be on 2027. How do we now go to the ballot? You can only change an administration via the ballot, not through, thuggery and political brigade that they are trying to do. Now look at Joajero threatening fire and brimstone. That I am going to overthrow people in the Labour Party Secretariat. The same man who hides a Lebanese in their party secretariat, in their secretariat, they are not going to solve that. You see, when you see people who love political terrorism, they are the group of people following Peter Obi and Ireti. But our party cannot be used for that. If they know they have any good image, they should go and form another party and now square it up with other political parties in 2027. But for us, they cannot use Labour Party to abort democracy. They cannot use Labour Party as an ethnic party because it is very open now that they wanted that party, for their own region to do whatever they want to do. But our party is a national party where we love the Igbo, we love the Yoruba, we love the Efi, we love the Jaw, we love the Hausa, we love the Fulani. That is the kind of party that we are only 70 years old in the party now. They will not just come from their party and they think, we want to overthrow the people. It's not going to be possible. All of them will be expected in our convention. We don't want such character in the but all of them will be expected.
Now, Dr. Arabambi, let me understand the position of how Labour Party conducts her affairs. Because in April, there was much dust over a NEC meeting where you have called it a yam festival. How does Labour Party go about its notice for NEC meetings, and who issues the letter notifying party members of a NEC meeting?
You see, in a NEC meeting, Section 82, 1 of the Electoral Act states for a NEC meeting, you must write a letter giving 21 day notice to INEC. 82.5 says, failure to write such notices shall render the outcome of the NEC convention congresses illegal. Shall render. That is the electoral act. And do not forget, any constitution of a party that is a contravention or any of the convention of the constitution of Nigeria in line with section 171, such shall be rendered inconsistent to the level of inconsistency. Now, when you are doing a NEC meeting, it must be called by the secretary in conjunction approval of the national chairman. The two of them will sign that notice to INEC. But in their own, that's why we call it Young Festival. And Otti pretended himself to be national secretary, and Peter Obi pretended himself to be national chairman. That is building something or nothing. So we are not worried. We know that they are doing Young Festival, which is a very good, festival, but that is not our Labour Party next meeting. It is just, a Young Festival that, they roasted from Abia and Anambra, they brought to Abuja just for them to celebrate among themselves. That's not the neck of our party.
Now, in terms of this convention you speak about, is there a date for the convention set yet?
No, you see, we are that is why the party set up the committee first. The result of the committee was worried out that all of them have been suspended. Now it is now the national convention that now has the power to expel any party member, which we will plan and will communicate to INEC. But they will be expelled. We do not want them in our party in 2027 because they have an ulterior motive, like I said. They want to overthrow the president by fire, by force, because they knew they do not have the capacity to do what it is required of anybody that wants to win an election.
Now, I also like to get your opinion on a position I've just seen that the party says that Nanedi Usman is not a registered member of Labour Party, but merely a supporter of Mr. Peter Obi.
Thank you very much.
Is this correct?
She is not a member. She has a matter presently.
Sorry, doctor, when you say she's not a member, she's not a card-carrying member, what do you mean?
She's not a card-carrying member of our party, because when you want to join a party, you must go to the ward, to pick up your card. That is the decision of the Supreme Court. Membership started from the ward, and I'm going to read out two examples to you. When the senator from the former PDP chairman, Senator Iyoshayu, when even the former APC chairman, Adam Oshomole, remember they went to court and the court made the pronouncement that membership starts from the ward. Once your ward suspend you, you are a gunner. I get it. So we don't know who gave her card, but we are aware she collected a card from Peter Obi as a member of the obedience. She was also imported by Obi during the campaign into the finance committee. Knowing fully when that woman has EFCC matter on her name that is still pending. They knew, because they were the same error they did when they brought in the late Dr. Kukwe, may God bless his soul. During election was approaching, EFCC came with a sledgehammer. If you allow this one now, who told you EFCC was not come with a sledgehammer? Because there was a woman who they confronted transferring federal government money to a personal account in 7 Kachia Road, Zenny Bank, 7 Kachia Road. It was in the open court because we have got to connect the CPC of the trial. Is that the kind of person you will not bring them back to come and pretend? I don't know what is wrong with the OB. When you want people that work with you, you want to bring one Naija Yusufu, you want to bring Pastor Itogadolo, people that fail to upload the name, they fail to release money. Why is it that you move with people of such character and you say, no, I am the best I want to govern Nigeria? We do not want such in our party. She's not a member of our party, but member of Peter Obi political family.
Now talking about Julius Abure himself, because I remember last year in June, he was supposed to be on a transitional tenure. Now, if we understand correctly, this transitional tenure is supposed to have expired. What's the party's position in settling, or should I say resolving, this leadership tussle?
The issue of tenure extension, these characters were the ones that went to Abia State, to Delta, Asaba, to extend the tenure of Julius Abure led National Appeal Committee. They were the same person, but they have not told us what has changed. Because how can you approbate and reprobate at the same time? Peter Obi was in Asaba. Please Google that neck. He was in Asaba, and they so did Ajero. But the point of departure, why they kept, selling lies to the public was because they wanted Labour Party, they needed a platform to abort democracy. And they felt, oh, Abure, Farouk, come, let's do this together. And those ones say no, let us wait for 2027. That is just the cause of the whole matter. They have an ambition because they want to cover up, the rascality that pervaded the entire airspace during the 2023 election. How can a party, like I said, you fail to upload agent in 54,000 polling units? That is a failure. But they knew they are not going for that election. They knew they just wanted to rake in money from diaspora, which they successfully did, and you now ask non-party member to be the signatory to that account. We have the account number. In fact, we are going to write a formal petition to the EFCC because it is better we open up Nigerian eye to see that Obi didn't met well for the party and didn't merit for Nigeria. Because where you have people that you say will go and be opening an account independent of the national chairman, independent of the national secretary, they have a sinister objective. And that objective, they succeeded in making sure Labour Party was rigged out by Otti and Mr. Peter Obi. I repeat, they rigged Labour Party out of 2023 election because after 189, you failed to obtain 54,000 agents. So INEC did not record any result for us in 54,000 polling units. That is the implication in the Supreme Court. And that was why in the final analysis, where our judgment lasted for 2 minutes, the judge of the Supreme Court said they are not market women who now went to the market and now be manufacturing fats for them. Because I believe you, we did not come before them with any result for 54,000. Do you know what we would have had if to say they uploaded the name of the DJ? But they know their ulterior motive. He didn't want the party to know, so he brought everybody on board. Let us see the way we are going to make money. But we never believed because we were thinking of that state as the governor, in Anambra. But we know better now. None of them, whether you are Aisha, you are Pastor Etua, or anything, they will not be part of the government. They should go back to where they are coming from. We will survive this.
Now let's talk about the others who are also joining this suspension, particularly the senators, starting with Senator Ireti, Kingibe, and Senator Darlington Wokocha, who are also, by this notice that you're purporting, suspended. What are their own infractions as against the party?
They have been seen to be conducting themselves along this ethnicity line. They have been seen to be conducting themselves in an attempt to cause breach of peace in Nigeria. They have been seen to be conducting themselves with others to cause disharmony, within the Federation of Nigeria, and they have also been seen those senators among themselves, to want to make sure that democracy is aborted. That is at the party because our rule, our constitution is democratic. But how can and Ireti Kingibe and others, let me tell you, if they have the relative contrary, let them join me on this thing some other time. Abure is a good man. Do you know he collected our nomination form that time I think was 6.5 million. A lot of these senators who are calling themselves big men now, some of them are only able to pay 500,000. 500,000. I am telling you now.
Are you saying that Senator Ireti Kingibe also paid 500,000 now?
Where did you get money to run? How many voters did it? Abure gave them that lifeline. Abure gave them that line. But look at all of them today. Because they are earning money, they have the blood audacity to not be challenging party supremacy. Can any one of them go to PDP and APC and do it like that? And I told Barrister Julius Abure, let us do the PDP and APC way. If you are not able to pay for vote, throw them out. Let people that have the money come. Because this is the attitude they will do. Look at your Okada man. I'm coming. Look at your Okada man in Kaduna. Can a Keke man get ticket in APC or PDP? That was a man who was coming to clean offices because he couldn't afford 30,000 naira.
But I thought the position of the Labour Party was that it does not share the sentiments and ideologies of parties who only rely on.
That is the mistake we made, but you think we are paying for it now. We are paying for it.
So if I understand you going forward, the Labour Party would only attend to candidates who are able to purchase the nomination funds and not based on credibility or potential.
No, they don't have any credibility because we thought they have credibility. Where is the credibility of Governor Alesoti? A man who wanted expended his money in Abia State, who imposes his brother on the party. Is that the kind of person you said has credibility? A man who for 4 times has run election in APC, Abia, PDP. He failed woefully. They didn't even give him ticket. But we gave him just one under 2 years. Look at what they are doing. They are now planning to make sure they take that party and consider a party like an IPOP sponsor political party. They want to damage our name before Nigeria as ethnically inclined political party. We will not accept that. Go and look at their meeting. You will see all of them. Just check their high table. Check their high table. You will see your man. You will see an announcer man. You will see an editor man. As if to say they are the only one that knows how to do something. Is it not a shame on them that APC asked Igbo, who have been conducting themselves in a civilized manner? Is it not a shame of it that we are going to something that PDP asked Igbo, and they have been governing Nigeria? Why is their own different? Why is their own different? They thought we can be hyperbolized in Labour Party. We will not accept that. They can go back to where they are coming from, or they will take, our pro-Nigeria posture. All this, their attitude is not going to work in Labour Party. I put it on the two of them that they want to turn on our party to IPO, where they will not use it to settle the federal government of Nigeria. They want to overthrow the administration of Governor, President Abure-led, and that we are not going to accept. Nobody will use our party to foment trouble, to cause breach of peace, or to wage war against the Federation of Nigeria, because that will be seen to be treasonable.
Now, Dr. Arabambi, let's talk about Labour Party going into 2027. Whilst the suspensions and the deliberations are still mulling, what's the position of the party as it concerns a mega party and coalition?
No, we are not going to coalition because of our ideology. We are not even going to coalition. We are not going to coalition. Look at what is happening. We are in the important political pawn. Most of those small politicians, because we have given them tickets. Look at what they have turned themselves to. They are now demigod, where you see a governor insulting the national chairman of his party. He is only such character that can have their way. We are preparing for 2027, but we will prepare without them. Let them go and test their popularity. For all, we are not joining any coalition. Obi can go and join anybody that he likes, because it is a party that will go to coalition. Because when you are going to coalition, definitely you can't run on different spectrum of the party. You have to pick a political party that you are going to use. If not, you'll be convincing the electorate. You can't join 4-5 political parties and now say, oh, in the East, vote for this one. In the Rep, vote for this one. In the Senate, vote for this one. They will fail like a party. They will fail. So if they want to go to coalition, they are free. We are not averse to that, but not in the Labour Party. We are not going into any coalition.
Now, if the party is not going to a coalition, do you think you stand a chance should the likes of the PDP, SDP, which are all now looking at the opportunity of coming together to form a formidable opposition against the APC? Do you think that the Labour Party, as a standalone force, has a chance?
It's not a good chance, because they are looking at us now. Nigeria doesn't want to war. They are looking at the political party. Those that are running to APC, they knew to SDP. Nigeria knew their position, ab initio, what they intend to do. Nigeria knew our position now because of what we are agitating. We are agitating against, people I will refer to as a political terrorist who just want to use our party to foment trouble. Nigeria will definitely give us some consideration. It is not my fault, when you run for election, a winner must definitely emerge. And one that you either challenge the person in court, or if you feel this person won that election, you can leave him in. But once the court has made a pronouncement, we must abide by it if truly you love your country. Not when the court make pronouncement because you felt, oh, I am not pleased. Then what you now do is that you now be looking for a way to find members of discord. You now be beating drum of war, say because you are not there. So if Obi has been the president, he will be happy for any APC or PDP member to now be calling for insurrection, like Ireti 3 days ago, asking youth to rise against Minister Wike. For what reason? Wike has no business with Labour Party, for God's sake. Why must you as a Labour Party senator who paid just $500,000 for your ticket and others out of 6.5 because she couldn't afford it. She could have won 1 million. You are now the person who is now asking you, oh, go and rise against Wike. What an insult. What is it? What is our problem? They just want to make sure they will be using us against Nigeria so that Nigeria will now see us as a party that is just, converging or that has members who doesn't want Nigeria to live in peace. So that is not the kind of people we wanted. It's on video all around. I get it. So for us, we are not into any coalition and we are going to run for 2027. Whatever the outcome, we will abide by it. I know we are going to win some and we are going to lose some because that is politics. You cannot win everything. Even President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Atiku, they didn't take everything now. They won some, they lose some. That is just the spirit of democracy as far as we are concerned.
Well, Dr. Arabambi, let's talk about this caretaker committee position in the leadership of the Labour Party. Ahead of 2027, is there any move to resolve this caretaker position and get a working committee that is led by a chairman as duly elected?
Let me be frank with you regarding caretaker. I want your lawyer there to check the constitution of Nigeria, section 223, that only democratically elected leadership is allowed in a political party for a period of time, not caretaker. That one has been settled by the constitution. And like I said, section 1 of the constitution said, the constitution of Nigeria shall be supreme to the extent that any other law, any other law, edict that you proclaim, but that is against the constitution of Nigeria, it shall be set aside to the essence of inconsistency. So, caretaker is not allowed. I am just giving you constitutional provision. Section 223 of the Constitution is very clear that administration of the political party shall connote by Supreme Court something that you do not have any option, shall be by democratic election. Democratic election. So, caretaker is alien to our Constitution. So, they can continue to be doing something or nothing. We are not going to bother ourselves about that because the provision of the Constitution is very clear.
Now, they on the other side have given 48 hours ultimatum to Barrister Julius Abure to stop parading himself as the chairman of the Labour Party. What's your reaction to that?
Well, you see, I think they're in a frenzy mode because of the young president. I think they still have some palm oil and the remaining yam, that they are eating with their Coca-Cola, and water. I think they are still in a frenzy mode. That is why you see somebody who doesn't have any legal entity issuing 48 hours. But you see, I know what they are planning to do, and I will be calling on the IGP, the DGSS, the National Security Advisor, even the Chief of Staff to the President. They should be on the lookout because these people have an ulterior motive, like I said. The 48 hours they are issuing, they want to come and attack on that secretariat, and we have an information that they have been planning to import IPO member from Anambra, from Abia into Abuja, who is going to enter Abuja under the cover, of the darkness. So it is up to the IGP, the DGSS to spread their darkness so that as soon as those people are coming in, they should be arrested. That's just what they want to do. They don't have that capacity. We are maintaining that secretariat until after that election 2027. But they said they want to come. Even Ajero also threatened and Bristol 3 days ago when he said he's coming there. We are waiting for him. We will let them know that this country is governed by law and order. Let them come. We are waiting for them.
Now, they've also talked about a plan which they have actually captured in a press statement saying that they have formally informed INEC of their zonal congress and a revalidation exercise for party membership. Are you aware of this plan?
They said it. Where's their letter? We know them. Where's the letter they wrote? Signed by who and who?
The letter we have on record was signed by Senator Nanedi Usman and Senator Nwokocha, both signing, and it's under the designation of acting national chairman and acting national secretary.
Where they gave INEC notice?
According to the press statement as captured, where they put it under the subject, is under the subject called upcoming party activities and programs. That's what they tagged it.
Very good. I said, and they are submitted to INEC.
According to them.
You said?
According to them, they say they have formally informed INEC.
Bring her up to come and show you the letter they submitted to INEC. We know them. We know them. You see, these are the people that when you put them, when you compare them with them, they are in fact,
let's I beg for better use of language. Let's not use that comparison, please.
That's who is a liar. You know, but they are more.
But doctor, we're on air. We have younger viewers, so for better choice of language, please.
Yes, you see, but you see, these are the people that doesn't. In fact, I don't even know. They ought to have bodied their integrity by now, because they were there. They know what the constitution says. They conduct themselves in Abia State Government House, where they went to celebrate the birthday, and they proclaimed one Nenedius man and Wokocha as their chairman and secretary. Please, do you know the composition of NEC? NEC meeting involved the state chairman and secretary, the automatic member. It involved all the national committee. It involved the governor you have. It involved the president that you have, if produced by the party. But it does not include the National Assembly member. It does not include the State Assembly member. It does not include any senator. Do you know why? It wasn't done that did it like that. During Governor Mimiko tenure, I remember he asked our former national chairman, who is now the Zenith Labour Party national chairman, that why can't we include most of the National Assembly? His response to Governor Mimiko then was that they will come and hijack the party. So they was just a deputy state chairman then, that time. But they were the ones that excluded most of these people. So in your constitution as Supreme Court, you must respect, because Justice Mary Odili of the Supreme Court there in Amechi versus Magnosabi, the judgment was that party must respect their own constitution, your constitution. And the constitution of party stipulated who and who. A governorship candidate, president candidate, is not a member of NEC. So you see, we are waiting for them at the appropriate time, because we have a constitution of the party that has not been changed, and we are going to change our constitution. That should be at the National Convention. So you can see that we know where we are going, they know where they are coming from. And like I said, Section 223 of the Constitution states that there cannot be caretaker to run the affair of any political party. It is there. There shall not be. So if they feel this is what they want to do, no problem. We are waiting for them. It happened in Rivers. Do not forget that APC didn't have candidates. It happened in Zamfara between Yari, he was the senator now, and Senator Talatu Mafara. It happened when they won. It wasn't Matawale that won the governorship election. Do not forget. But they removed all the governor deputy, Senate, House of Rep, and the House of Assembly. All of them, they were removed from Matawale, who came second. There is no problem. They are president of the Supreme Court. Let them continue. Let them continue to be doing their naked and be dancing in the market. We are not part of, but you can see, I am quoting the constitution of the federal government Nigeria to you that have been advanced by the highest court in the land. So whatever money they have to throw around, they can continue. We are not bothered.
Now, Dr. Arabambi, it almost seems as though there's breakdown in working relationship between the organs of even labor unions within the labor structure is affecting its coordination. As seen in your intro, you had issues to pick with the NLC president, Joe Ajero. Let's get the true picture of what's happening in Labour Party. Is it just beyond the Governor Alex Otti, Peter Obi issue? What's the relationship between the TUC, NLC, and even the Labour Party's caucus in the National Assembly? Is there a disharmony across board?
No, there is no disharmony between Labour Party and TUC. But right from time immemorial, you will see NLC coming forward to say, oh, we register the party. There is no hidden fact about that. But let me remind them what section 222 of the Constitution says. Once you submit an association to be registered as a political party, they must have a constitution that will be domiciled with INEC. You are going to have elected national, state, local government, and work. That means he's going to have a life of his own. This was what the TUC president was explaining to his counterpart in NSC, that look, you register a party does not make you the owner, because you will have your constitution. In our constitution, NSP is not the one that will be directing the affairs of the party. But they have two members in our neck, which is the General Secretary and the NSP President. We have the TUC President and the TUC Secretary. That is all. Because we have the constitution that is without...
Is that really all? There's no position of a national leader of the Labour Party?
No. It is the national chairman. Is there. For the national chairman, he shall provide leadership at the national.
So unlike other political parties, the Labour Party currently does not have a national leader, only a national chairman.
No, the national leader. You see, we are not like a Peter PDP. The national leader of the party is the national chairman at the federal. The state leader is the state chairman. It's our constitution that the chairman at other level, we assume the constitutional provision for the national chairman. So, but we are most of them.
Doctor, is this actually the Labour Party constitution that is with INEC currently? This statement you just gave us.
Is there that the national chairman shall provide leadership, shall preside
over
all meeting of.
So, doctor, sorry, let's get you right. In a situation where peradventure Labour produces a president, he does not automatically become the national leader of the party. Is that what you're saying?
In our constitution, except we will now go to convention. You see, we don't need to follow the norm. What is a national leader? You understand? Some of these things are hand. You don't fight for it.
But what I'm asking is because we have a statement from Senator Nanedi Usman, affirming Peter Obi as the national leader of the Labour Party.
He's from PDP. That one is from PDP. Don't mind that. You see, they are still not working up on the slumber or the fact that where they are coming from is not where they are now. So most of them will not bother ourselves. We're not going to get ourselves concerning, their rant thing. They don't understand our constitution. Look at the meeting they did yesterday. They couldn't even sing national, the anthem of the Labour Party. They don't know it. The one they did during their year festival, they could not sing our anthem. The one they did in Asaba, in Abia, they couldn't, because you see amalgamation of different political parties there. Everybody just come, I'm a member of the Labour Party, I'm a member of the Labour Party. They are not our members. So that's why they don't understand. Even Governor Elesoti cannot even recite Labour Party anthem. Because, this indoctrination of PDP, APC, Abga, they have not been able to take...
Doctor, the way you're speaking, I'm tempted to put you on the spot and ask you to recite the item.
You said?
I'm tempted to put you on the spot and ask you to recite the anthem of the Labour Party.
For Labour Party is our own. Labour Party is a party, oh. Nigeria go better when Labour Party come the rule.
It doesn't seem too complex, does it?
You see, they are not a member. They just came, and like Dr. Doyokupe said, this award, they said they want to use it as a special purpose vehicle. I think they win. The man said it, and Obi has not been able to contradict that statement, that they want to use it as special purpose vehicle. And when that special purpose vehicle, a party for political insurrection, we thought they wanted to win an election, but they want to use for political insurrection. And we are not going to accept that, because that would not take Labour Party to the reign of Abga. And we are not going to accept that. We are national party, we are pro-Nigeria, we are pro-democracy, we are pro-unity. We don't want anybody with a divisional agenda to now come and hide under our party, to carry out their overthrow of democracy.
Well, Dr. Abayomi Arabambi, will thank you for your time on the program. We'll also do our due diligence to hear from the other side as it concerns this matter, and looking forward to when you do set a date for the National Convention to communicate with us so that we follow up on our reportage of this issue as it concerns the infightings in Labour Party.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you. Do have a nice day.